Welcome everybody to a look at a new Screenbound release. It was only released earlier this month of November and it is 1975's The Old Gun. So this is directed by Robert Enrico, who I've not seen anything else from before. It's a war drama clocking in at 101 minutes long. Stars Philippe Noiret, who was also in Topaz and Murphy's War. Romy Schneider, who was in The Inquisitor and Le Combat d'Ennui, probably misspelling that right, not saying that right. But yeah, in Mount Auburn in 1944, Julian Dandu is a surgeon in the local hospital. Frightened by the German army entering Mountain he asks his friend Francois to drive his wife and his daughter to the backcountry village where Julian has an old chateau. 1 week later, however, Julian decides to meet them for the weekend, but the Germans are already occupying the village and they murder his family. This subsequently forces Julian to take revenge. So, this could have easily resorted to being a really rather basic and exploitation heavy effort, but this thankfully plays its story in a much more complex and ultimately satisfying manner. This is due to the narrative structure, after our lead character's family is murdered, being highly effective, as between all of the scenes where Julian is evading the Nazis in this chateau, he's in crevices, he's using secret parts of the chateau that he knows about and such to hide away from them and give them the slip, as well as also killing them in satisfying ways. This also uses flashbacks to show how Julian's life was before the war, which provides backstory and emotional weight in equal measure. The cast is also great. The action scenes are excellent, while there is plenty of impactful violence. It is well paced, has effective tension throughout, a good score, the cinematography is on point, and it is generally engrossing. The production is also on point as well as, yeah, it has to be to make the violence as impactful as it is, and yeah, the production is really good. Uses the chateau location really well as well. It's not the only location in the film, but it is the where the main part of the plot actually takes place, and yeah, it's a really well used chateau. So yeah, Screenbound aren't by any means the biggest boutique label out there. I wouldn't even really say they're probably top 10 in terms of my overall collection, but they are still ones that put out the odd film here or there that is really, really good. And this is another one of those. Solid 4 out of 5. So, yeah, this is a French and West German co production. So, as a result, you have multiple languages that are available for you to watch this film in. You have audio, you can have it in mono English or mono French. And then subtitles wise, you've got English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish. The presentation is in 1080p, which looks and sounds fairly good. Not excellent, but still fairly good regardless. And it is in 1:66:1 aspect ratio. Region B only, so if you're in America, you won't unfortunately be able to play this unless you have a multi-region free player. Um, does get the running time wrong on the back though, as this is 101 minutes long and it says 98 on the back. But you know, I've seen various times running around the internet. Letterboxd says 103. There's a version on Amazon Prime that's running in at 97 minutes. So you know, it's just the way it goes sometimes. And we do have reversible sleeve artwork as well. So that's the new one, I believe, for the film. It could be old, I don't know. And then alternate artwork on the reverse as well. And there are a few extras on this as well, which isn't always the case with these screen-bound releases. They sometimes don't have any at all. So yeah, we have Bruin Quell filming of The Old Gun from 1975, an interview with Pascal Jardin from 1979, original trailer. Then we have a small little tidbit about the release of the film from 1975, as well as the Caesar Awards night from 1976, original trailer and picture gallery as well. So yeah, this was apparently really well received in France, but the Germans, back in the 70s at least, hated it. Despite the fact that they co-produced it, they absolutely hated it. Probably because it hardly puts them in a shining light to not only go around murdering a whole village of women, men, and children, but also going around murdering our surgeon's daughter as well as his wife, both in quite horrifying ways. So, yeah, but like I said, it doesn't lean into the exploitation all that much. the one scene with the daughter and the wife is fairly quick in terms of it passing by, and yeah, even though, like I said, the whole village that they're in is murdered, you don't see that happen. You just see the after effects of our surgeon driving into the village, realizing that it's abandoned. Where is everybody? There's, you know, food cooking, or there's a cow in the middle of the street, and there's no one around. And then he eventually walks into the church, and he sees that, yeah, everyone has been murdered in there. So yeah, it's really rather impactful in that regard. It's more impactful not showing that kind of stuff than it is showing it. Obviously, you have to see the reason for him getting revenge, but the village aspect really didn't need to be seen, and it's far more impactful seeing the after effects than seeing it actually take place. So yeah, a really really good effort. Hopefully Screenbound get into doing more of this kind of stuff, because they only really drip feed their releases over time, to be honest. And I didn't really know about this until someone had reviewed it that I follow on Letterboxd. Looked up the film, realized that it was available on Blu-ray, and then that's how I found out about it. So yeah, it's just a very coincidental reason for me actually eventually getting around to see this, and yeah, impressed enough by it to give it a review. So I do highly recommend it. Like I said, it is on Amazon Prime, so if you do have that, you can watch this on there. Not sure if the quality is as good as this Blu-ray, but you know, if you want to get an inkling about what this film's like, then you can see it on there. But I do highly recommend buying this, especially since it gives Screenbound yeah, more money and more investment towards future films that they can put out. Because yeah, I'm surprised this hasn't had a release sooner. It does feel like the kind of film that maybe Radiance would put out, or you know, someone over a boutique label out there, but at least it has been given a release regardless. Nonetheless, so thank you for watching. If you have seen this film before, let's hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.